Hjertelig velkommen til video nummer 2, hvor vi igen forsøger at gå igennem indstillingerne i God of War Ragnarok.
New game.
Der skete det i den første video, at jeg ville undersøge de sproglige indstillinger, og da jeg er helt blind, så er jeg afhængig af talen i spillet, skærmlæseren der læser menuerne op, og uden varsel, så forsvandt talen simpelthen,
Confirm button.
da jeg
Select.
gik ind og markerede i et andet sprog under tekst. Og jeg troede så, at jeg kunne nulstille indstillingerne ved at slette spillet helt. Men det kunne jeg så åbenbart ikke. Så fandt jeg så en lettere måde at gøre det på, hvor man kan gå ind i PlayStations indstillinger,
Confirm
og så gå ind under lager, eller storage på engelsk, og så fjerne det gemte spil derinde under. Så lad være med det, indtil det bliver løst i hvert fald. Det kan ikke anbefales at ændre de sproglige indstillinger, hvis man har brug for talen i spillet.
Settings.
Men
Accessibility presets. Confirm button.
nu kan vi gå ind under
Select vision accessibility. A suite of options optimized for low fish hearing vision accessibility.
de her presets
Some full.
og sætte det til
Pop-up
fuld.
open. Preset applied. Settings are updated with the selected values. Please check vision accessibility. Accessibility presets.
Sådan.
Settings.
Så kan vi undersøge settings.
Confirm graphics, audio and text and color. Language. Confirm button.
Så vi kan tjekke under
Select.
language, uden
Back.
at talen den dør.
English. Set the default audio language.
Så de andre sprog er der ikke tale på. Det var det, der gik galt, da jeg
English.
forsøgte
Set
at
the
ændre
default audio
sproget
language spoken by text language.
under tekst.
Speech subtitles. On. Displays character dialogue as text subtitles
Under
at the bottom center of the
tekst,
screen.
det er fint.
Text language. Speech language.
Interessant.
English.
Okay.
Set the default audio language.
Det vil jeg i hvert fald
spoken
få
by
rapporteret
Back button.
til firmaet, der lavede spillet, at det her, det er ikke specielt optimalt, når man er blind og er afhængig af talen i spillet.
Language, text and audio and graphics and camera. Gameplay.
Okay,
Confirm
men
button.
vi
Select.
tjekker først gameplay.
Aim assist. Classic. When aiming, guides the camera with momentary strafe assist and target friction. Classic points the camera to the closest target already relative to the aim reticle. Classic Plus points the camera to the closest target to the aim reticle from anywhere on screen. Default setting. Classic. L2 button. Page up. R2 button. Page down. Triangle button. Default all. Square button. Default. Back button. Back.
Okay,
Classic Plus. Classic.
den tror
When
jeg skal
aiming,
stå til Classic.
Plus. When aiming,
Plus.
Classic off. Classic. Classic Plus.
Det er nok det
When
bedste.
aiming, guides the camera with momentary strafe assist and target friction. Classic, puzzle aim assist. On. Snap the aim reticle to a nearby puzzle target when aiming. Default setting. Off. L2 button. Off. Snap the aim on.
Den skal også stå til on.
Snap the aim reticle puzzle timing. Extended plumb down puzzle objects or extending the allotted time window for solving the puzzles. Default setting. Default.
Det er okay.
Lock on camera. Auto target plus. Use lock on button to activate lock on. Move camera stick to switch targets. Classic unlocks when a target dies or when aiming. Targets may break lock with special moves or if moving out of range. Auto target lock on persists while aiming and switches to a new on-screen target after a target dies. While aiming, flick to target other parts on some enemies. Reacquires targets when lock is broken. Auto target plus adds off-screen enemy targeting. Default setting. Classic. L2 button. Page up. R2 button. Page down.
Okay, så grunden til alle de er slået til,
Default all.
det er fordi, at jeg har sat
Button.
accessibility preset
Back button.
vision til fuld. Så bliver de her ting slået til.
Recenter camera on attack. Priority plus. Camera will automatically move behind the player when using melee attacks. Classic recenters the priority. Priority plus. Priority. Priority
Det er
plus.
fint.
Camera strafe assist. On. Camera will automatically track groups of enemies when strafing, moving sideways while facing an enemy. Default setting. On. L2 button. Page off. On.
Okay.
Auto pickup. Full. Picks up various items from the ground automatically on approach. Essentials. Picks up health and rage stones when needed. Economy. Picks up pack silver, resources, and loot drops when out of combat. Full. Picks up health and rage stones when needed and picks up pack silver, resources, and loot drops when out of combat. Default setting. Off. L2 button. Economy. Full. Picks
Jeg
up
tror
various
selvfølgelig, så
items from
samler
the
det helt
ground
op.
on
Okay.
interact button / evade button. Choose the button configuration for interact and evade. L2 button. Page up. R2 button. Page down. Triangle button. Auto interact button / evade button. Choose the button configuration for interact and evade.
Okay.
Menu holds. Default. Change from default hold to a fast hold to make shop or inventory hold actions faster. Default setting. Default. L2 button. Fast. Change from default hold to a fast default. Change from
Defeat.
minigame style. Single button. Change the method used to complete mini-games. Precision, move stick in a specified direction to complete the mini-game. Single button, press interact button to complete the mini-game, may require multiple presses of the same button. Auto, after initiating a mini-game, it is completed automatically. Default setting. Precision. L2 button, auto. Change the single button, precision. Single button, auto. Single button.
Det tror jeg, det er fint
Change the
med
method used to
single.
complete many games. Precision.
Det skal jeg prøve at
move
eksperimentere med,
stick
tror
in a
jeg.
Navigation assist. On. Press lock on button to orient the camera in the direction of your current story or map selected objective. Default setting. Off. L2 button. Off. On.
Og det er ligesom i
Press
The
lock
Last
on
of
button
Us,
to orient
part
the
1 og
camera in
part
the
2.
direction of repeated button presses. Tap. Complete multi-press actions by either rapidly tapping or holding hold. Tap. Skills navigation. Default. Change the method of moving within the skills tree menu between move stick free cursor and directional buttons. Selecting directional buttons will remove the ability to quick swap between skill trees. Default setting. Default. L2 button. Page up. Directional buttons. Change the method of moving within the skills tree menu between move stick free cursor and directional button. Default. Change the method of moving within the skills tree menu between move stick free cursor and directional buttons. Selecting directional buttons will remove the ability to quick swap between skill trees. Default setting. Default. L2 button.
Okay, den er jeg lidt i tvivl om.
R2 button. Page down.
Den skal jeg også eksperimentere lidt med,
Default on.
tror jeg.
Square button. Traversal assist. Auto plus. Allows for additional traversal using only the move stick. Auto includes vaulting, mantling, jumping gaps, and descending ledges. Auto plus includes vaulting, mantling, jumping gaps, descending ledges, crawls, presses, and climbs. Default setting. Off. L2 button. Page up. R2 button.
Så det gør det bare nemmere at bevæge sig rundt i
Triangle button. Default all.
i områderne.
Square button. Tutorial mode. All. Adjust the amount of tutorials that get shown. When set to all, more control reminders are shown in addition to the standard pop-ups and notification messages. When set to minimal, only critical tutorial pop-ups and notification messages are shown. All is recommended for new players or when returning after a long break between sessions. Default setting. All.
Det er
L2
fint
button.
til
Page
den tror
up.
til all.
Weapon sheathing. Default. Choose how to sheath weapons. Default, use tertiary weapon button to sheath weapons. Weapon toggle, pressing any weapon button will toggle between equipping the weapon and sheathing it, such as, use primary weapon button to sheath your axe when in use. Default setting. Default.
Det er fint.
Touchpad button. Left/right. Change the functionality of the touchpad button. Left/right, press the left side of the touchpad button to go to the map. Press the right side of the touchpad button to go to the weapons menu. Press/hold, press to go to the weapons menu. Hold to go to the map. Weapons only, press to go to the weapons menu. Map only, press to go to the map menu. Default setting. Left/right. L2 button. Page up. Press/hold. Change weapons only. Map only. Weapons
Okay.
only. Press/left/right.
Det er
Change the
fint.
functionality of the swipe up. None. Leave as none or map a swipe to any of the following shortcuts. Navigation assist. HUD toggle. High contrast display. Spartan rage. Quick turn. Shield. Setting. None. L2
Det er vist
button.
også fint.
Swipe right. None. Swipe down. None. Swipe left. None. Leave as none or map a swipe to any of the following shortcuts. Navigation assist. HUD toggle.
Fantastisk, man kan sætte genvej op til
Quick turn.
touchpad.
Shield strike. Axe reflect visual. On. Displays an arc off certain surfaces to show the path of an axe throw. Default setting. On. L2 button. Controller visualization. Off. Enables a display of controller inputs. Default setting. Off. L2 button.
Det er
Page
vist
up.
også fint.
Persistent dot. Off. Display a persistent dot in the center of the screen during gameplay. Select from a variety of sizes. Default setting.
Det har jeg heller ikke brug for.
HUD customization. Default. Change a number of settings for on-screen display. This includes compass, enemy health bars, boss health bars, enemy off-screen indicators, combat HUD, gameplay notifications, and aim reticle. Default setting. Default. L2 button. Page up. R2
Det har jeg
button.
vist ikke brug for.
Aim assist. Classic plus. When aiming, guides the camera with momentary puzzle aim assist. Aim
Så er vi tilbage
assist.
til aim assist.
Classic
Okay,
plus. Gameplay.
super.
Confirm button.
Jeg skal love for, der er mange spændende indstillinger.
Triangle button. Default graphics and camera. Confirm button.
Den tror jeg ikke, vi har brug for. Men vi kan lige hurtigt
Screen
gennemgå det.
calibration. Launched film grain. 10. Motion blur. Graphics mode. Favor performance. Adjust rendering settings to favor either reduced flashing, invert vertical control, invert horizontal vertical rotations, aim horizontal sensitivity, aim vertical sensitivity, ambient camera sway, camera shake, motion sensor function aiming, activation, screen calibration. Launch the screen calibration
Det
setup.
tror jeg ikke, jeg har brug for.
Graphics and camera, audio and subtitles. Confirm
Audio and
audio
subtitles.
calibration. Enter this menu to access volume balance as well as your audio device output. Confirm button. Select. L2 button.
Kan vide, hvordan det virker.
Volume balance. Balanced. Adjust the difference between output device. Headphones, 3D audio. Headphones, 3D audio, full three-dimensional spherical audio. Optimized for use with 3D headphones. The output device is determined by your system software. Please navigate to your console sound settings if you wish
Det
to
står
change
vist også, som det
it.
skal.
Finish setup. Volume balance.
Okay.
Audio calibration. Global volume. 10. Adjust the volume level of the entire game. Default setting. 10. 9. 10. Dialogue volume. 10.
Det er også fint.
Music volume. 10. Sound effects volume. 10. Controller speaker volume. 10. Adjust the maximum subtitles. On. Displays character dialogue subtitle color. Off. Applies a color speaker name. On. Display the subtitle speaker color. Off. Captions. Off. Displays non-speak direction indicators. Off. Displays subtitle and caption size. Subtitle and caption background. None. Subtitle and caption blur. On. Audio cues. On. Plays additional sounds that
Audio
correspond
cue står
to
også
the
on.
audio cue volume. 10.
Og volume, det
Adjust
står
the
også fint.
screen reader. On. Enables
Screen
narration
reader
on
er
screen text.
slået til.
Screen reader volume. 10. Adjust the
Og den kan
volume
ikke skrues
level.
højere op.
10.
Okay,
Audio panning. 0. Adjust the audio balance between the left and right channels.
det er også
Default
fint.
center pan dialog. Off. Character dialog plays through the center audio channel. This removes panning and mono audio. Off.
Og mono
Invert
audio.
voice
Nej,
boost.
tak.
Off. Adjust the audio mix to increase the clarity of character dialogue.
Mono audio.
Access audio and subtext and color. Confirm
Teksten
button.
kolder, den tror jeg ikke, jeg har brug for.
Triangle language. Controller remapping. View controls. Accessibility. Confirm button. View controller remapping.
Remapping, den har vi ikke brug for.
View controls. Confirm
Jeg
button.
tror, vi skal
Select.
se, hvad vi har af controls.
Aim. L2 button. Block/parry. L1 button. Arrow type. D-pad up. Primary weapon. D-pad right. Secondary weapon. D-pad left. Bare hands. D-pad down. Move. Left stick. Sprint. L3 button. Character and map. Touchpad button. Options. Options button. Heavy attack. R2 button. Light attack. R1 button. Atreus, action. Square button. Signature weapon ability. Triangle button. Interact. Circle button. Evade. Cross button. Camera. Right stick. Lock on camera. R3 button.
Okay. Der må jeg simpelthen lige kan huske alle de controls.
View control accessibility. Audio cue glossary. View controller remapping. View accessibility.
Lad os tjekke accessibility.
Vision accessibility. A suite of options optimized for low vision gain. Hearing accessibility. Vision accessibility.
Og vision.
Pop-up open. Apply preset to settings. Vision accessibility. Off. This will reset all options included in sum, full. Navigation assist, on. Puzzle timing, sum. Navigate hearing access, motor audio cues, audio cue volume. Screen reader, on. Enables screen reader volume, aim assist. Classic plus, lock on camera.
Okay.
Recenter camera, evade style. Default. Change how roll is activated while holding move stick. Default, recenter camera on attack. Priority plus. Evade assist. Off. Provides increased immunity while evading. Note, this option is locked in No Mercy and God of War difficulties. Default setting. Off. Mini boss checkpoints. Off. When you are killed by a mini boss, such as Troll or Ancient, restarting the fight will respawn it at reduced health, if it was damaged below a certain percentage before death. Note, this option is meant to be activated if a mini-boss has provided an insurmountable challenge. It is locked in No Mercy and God of War difficulty. This does not change checkpoints in main boss battles. Default setting.
Okay.
Ambient camera sway. 10. Set camera shake. 10. Cinematic smoothing. Off. Smooths out camera movements to reduce shake and sway from handheld camera motion during cinematics. Default setting. Motion blur. 10. Persistent dot. Off. Display a persistent dot in the center of the screen during gameplay. Select from a variety of sizes. Navigation assist. On. Puzzle timing. Puzzle aim assist. On. Mini game style. Single but repeated button auto pickup. Menu hold. Traversal assist. Auto controller vibration. 10. Adjust the intensity of controller vibration. Not 4, 5, 10. Adjust the intensity of aim button style. Hold. Change the input block button style. Hold. Climbing. Default. When enabled, this setting changes the way a player interacts with vertical traversal such as crack climbs. Default. Quick turn. Hold block button plus tertiary weapon button. Choose the button configuration for skills navigation. Default. Change the method of moving within the skills tree menu between move stick free cursor and directional buttons. Selecting directional buttons will remove the ability to quick swap between sprint. Sprint button. Choose the button can stun grab enemies. Move stick. Change how stun grab is activated. Press lock on button. Use the same button as lock on to grab a stunned enemy. Hold interact button. Hold interact to grab a Spartan range. Sprint button plus lock on button. Choose the button configuration for Spartan range. Weapon sheathing. Default. Axe reflect visual. Color filter. Controller visualization. UI text size. Extra large. Where possible, increase the size of text frame. Extra large. Default. Where possible, icon size. Extra large. Default. High contrast HUD. On. Off. Add a dark contrasting reduced flashing. Off. High contrast preset. Choose a high contrast preset to apply a preselected palette of colors to a number of categories at once, or use the options below to set categories individually. High contrast display allows for full color saturation of characters and objects to make them easier to see. L2 button. Page up. Hero color. Off. Atreus color. Off. Boss/mini boss color. Off. Enemy color. Off. NPC color. Off. Target color. Off. Interact color. Off. Hazard color. Off. Traversal markings color. Off. Background color. Off. High contrast cinematics. On. Motion sensor function. High contrast cinematics. On. Off. Motion sensor function aiming. Activation. Subtitles. On. Subtitle color. Off. Speaker name. On. Speaker color. Off. Captions. Off. Direction indicators. Off. Subtitle and caption size. Extra. Subtitle and caption size. Extra large. Large. Default. Subtitle and caption background. None. Subtitle and caption blur. On. Vision accessibility. A suite of options. Hearing accessibility. Motion motor access. Audio cue. Audio cue volume. Audio cues. On. Accessibility. Audio cue glossary. Gameplay. Audio cue glossary. Confirm button.
Og det er så hen, hvor vi kan høre de forskellige lyde, de forskellige tilgængelighedslyde. Den er noget spændt på at se.
Distant in queue. An audio cue that plays when a button prompt is nearby but not currently active. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility menu. Confirm button. Play preview. L2 button. Page up. R2 button. Page down.
Okay, det er så det samme som... Eller mange lyden er faktisk det samme som Last of Us. Spændende.
Interact cue. An audio cue that plays when an interact button prompt is active. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility menu. Interact mash/hold cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to mash or hold interact button. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility action cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to request an action from Atreus using companion action button. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility menu. Confirm interact sun action cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to request an action from Atreus using companion action button. Light attack cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to use a light attack and can sometimes occur when aiming near a target. Audio cues can be enabled from the heavy attack cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to use heavy attack button and can sometimes occur when aiming at a target. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility menu. Aim cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to use aim button. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility menu. Aim closer cue. An audio cue that plays when aiming near but out of range of an aim button target. Move closer to find the complementary throw light attack button. X cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to equip the axe using primary weapon button. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility blades cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to equip the blades using secondary weapon button. Audio cues can be enabled. Sun ammo cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to change Atreus ammo type using companion ammo button. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility menu. Weapon special cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to use your weapon special using signature weapon ability button. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility rage cue. An audio cue that plays when your rage meter is filled and ready to use. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility menu. Confirm conversation cue. The sound of a nearby conversation prompt. Talk to a character with weapon action button. This may lead to quests. Confirm button. Play preview. L2 button. Lost control cue. An audio cue that plays when you enter a cinematic moment. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility
Det er også det samme som i Last of Us.
Regained control cue. An audio cue that plays when you exit a cinematic moment. Audio cues can be an enemy killed cue. An audio cue that plays when you kill an enemy. Audio cues can be an stun grab cue. An audio cue that plays when an enemy is stunned and can be grabbed using the lock-on button. If stun grab is set to hold interact button, stun grab will play the interact hold interact button audio cue instead. Audio cues can evade cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to evade an incoming enemy attack. Audio cues can be enabled from the parry cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to quickly tap block button to parry an incoming enemy attack. Timing will vary based on enemy attack. Shield strike cue. An audio cue that plays when you need to double tap lock button near an enemy to stop an incoming attack. Audio cues can be enabled. Lock on cue. A continuous audio cue that plays when you are locked onto an enemy. Audio cues and lock on can be enabled. Health stone. Plays when near a health stone. Confirm button. Play preview. L2 button. Rage stone. Plays when near a rage stone. Confirm button. Play preview. L2 cooldown rune. Plays when near a cooldown rune. Confirm button. Play preview. L2 button. Page up. Hack silver. Plays when near hack silver. Confirm button. Play preview. XP gained. Plays after gaining XP from completing combat or a quest. Locked item queue. An audio cue that plays when approaching a locked item. Enable audio cues in the accessibility. Near chest unlock. Plays when an near chest is unlocked. Confirm button. Play preview. L2 button. Page up. R2 button. Legendary chest. Plays when a legendary chest, containing weapon upgrades or legendary items, is nearby. Confirm button. Navigation assist cue. An audio cue that plays when pressing navigation assist no-go cue. An audio cue that plays when navigation assist / lock on button is pressed and you have no goal. Audio cues and navigate distant in queue. An audio cue that plays when a button prompt is nearby but not currently active. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility interact queue. An audio cue that plays when an interact button prompt is active. Audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility menu.
Okay, der går der mange ting, man lige skal vende sig til.
Play audio cue glossary. Accessibility. View controls. Confirm aim. L2 button. Block / parry. L1 button. Arrow type. D-pad up. Primary weapon. D-pad right. Secondary weapon. D-pad left. Bare hands. D-pad down. Move. Left stick. Sprint. L3 button. Character and map. Touchpad button. Options. Options button. Heavy attack. R2 button. Light attack. R1 button. Atreus, action. Square button. Signature weapon ability. Triangle button. Interact. View controls.
Spændende.
Confirm button. Select. Back
Det må jeg se, om jeg kan vende mig til.
Back. Settings. Accessibility new game. Confirm button. Select.
Det var det, jeg ville vise i den her video. Og jeg glæder mig rigtig meget til at spille det her spil. Så tak fordi du så med, og jeg håber, du vil se med i den næste video.